Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Good evening and welcome to the Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show here on BCTV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. We're doing the second half, Mike, of the doubleheader, but wow, how the first half of the doubleheader began.
That was a great first game of the doubleheader, Jeff, between the Pinconning area Spartans and a team that we've watched for many, many years, the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Gutsy call by head coach Ryan Raymond. Going into the bottom of the seventh. I love the call. It was a great call.
Well, bases loaded and nobody out. Got 2 straight strikeouts. Then the batter comes up to the plate, and they try the straight steal of home plate. Just get in ahead of the tag, and the game ends 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning.
I'll tell you what, that was just a wonderful call by the Coach Raymond, the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, Jeff. But we got another one coming up, and hopefully the Pinconning area Spartans can pull off a win here in the second game of this doubleheader.
Well, we're going to call this kind of the old school NEMC, Northeast Michigan Conference, because this is what the great flavoring is. Great rivalry, next-door neighbors, kids all know each other. These games are a lot of fun.
Yeah, this goes back a long ways, Jeff, like you said, very close, about 15 miles away from each other, just up I-75, not too far away. Kids all know each other. It goes back a long ways. A lot of families still hanging out in the area, so this is one of those good old-fashioned NEMC Northeast Michigan Conference that does not exist anymore. But these two teams know each other well, respect each other well, but when they get between the lines, it's always a lot of fun.
Well, 2 great baseball programs, too, as the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers are in first place in the Tri-Valley Central. And Pinconning is 8-0 undefeated in the Tri-Valley West Conference this year. So 13-8 overall. Jeff Sanick-led team. Jeff's been here for many, many years. Great stability in this program at Pinconning.
Well, and another thing you're going to see, Jeff, you're going to hear a lot of familiar names, see a lot of familiar faces from our time that we spent doing basketball in the winter. A lot of the kids that played basketball are also playing baseball this spring. So good to see the kids out there playing all sorts of sports, doing all sorts of great things for Pinconning area.
Well, we're in for a fun second half of this doubleheader. Again, 2 great teams, 2 great programs. First game was superb, going right down to the last pitch in the 7th inning in the bottom. Expect great things again from this one. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with all the game action right here on BCTV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready, with the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Good evening and welcome back. Game 2 of the doubleheader on BCTV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. And, boy, if the second game is anything like the first, Mike, we are in for a treat.
That was a lot of fun, Jeff. It was a great first game, and everybody having a good time over here at Dow Diamond tonight. Good crowd on hand for both squads. Standish-Sterling coming from the north, well represented in their familiar blue and gold, and the Pinconning area Spartans in their familiar green and white, bringing a lot of people down from the north, Jeff, having a great day here at Dow Diamond.
Well, as Natalie and I came over to Midland, we thought, man, this is quite a trip. And then I reminded her that there's Ithaca, and there's Shepherd, and there's Breckenridge, and there's Hemlock out there, and Merrill. I said, these are like home games, even though they're 35, 40-minute trip.
Yeah, I remember when these two teams were in the Northeast Michigan Conference, a little bit of traveling up towards the Oscoda area. So, hey, Jeff, we're ready to play baseball. Game number 2 just underway.
First pitch of the game is high and outside. First batter for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, Nolan Raymond. Second one on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike as Nolan Raymond played a factor in the first game as well. A lot of kids played very well. Foul ball, just a tad late on that fastball, offering 79 miles an hour on that heat. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out in the top of the first here in the second half of the double dip at Dow Diamond between Standish-Sterling Central Panthers and the Pinconning area Spartans.
A little bit crisp again tonight, Jeff. Wind blowing right out of the north and east.
Out of the shade into the sun goes that ball, and
That's
a
tough.
real nice job of hauling that ball in. Mason View out there fighting it off, so 1 up and 1 down in the top of the first inning. Coming up to bat will be number 2, Sean O'Keefe, the shortstop.
Again, as I mentioned just before earlier, Jeff, wind coming right out of left field, right out of the north and east. And again, wind will play a little bit as we saw against the first game we saw Tuesday night with the All Saints Cougars and the Essexville Garber Dukes. Wind was a little bit tricky, and the kids played well, made some great catches out in the outfield.
Well, when you play spring ball, you're going to deal with a lot of wind. And so you better get used to playing in all types of windy conditions because you're going to get it all spring long.
Yeah, well, and they got to get them in as much as they can, Jeff. They'll play in pretty much any conditions. We've had a pretty wet spring, so we're glad to be playing baseball here at Dow Diamond against 2 pretty good baseball teams.
Well, both teams are in first place in their respective divisions of the Tri-Valley, so we know it's quality ball being played. And up until that first game that Pinconning lost, they had won 8 in a row in conference. And so certainly this is a crossover game. It's a next-door neighbor. It's a non-league game, but still a lot at stake as these kids, when they're cruising to the Mickey D's or into the A&W or Fergie's in town, they definitely want to have the bragging rights for what went on.
You're
any
right.
sport.
You're absolutely right. Close neighbors, Jeff, and really both teams representing themselves very well in that new conference that they were put into this year.
Stepping out is O'Keefe for a minute with a 3-ball and 1 strike count with 1 out in the top of the first inning here. Great venue at Dow Diamond. What a great opportunity it is for the kids and for the parents. O'Keefe on strike 3 went for ball 4. He was
a little bit outside. He went for the outside fastball, Jeff. 2 outs at the plate right now for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Luke Burkhart, the junior. 1 strike.
I'm going to tell you what, our home plate umpire has got a very nice strike zone early on. And I will tell you why. That thing just missed him.
Well,
I thought it drilled him.
I thought it hit him too.
It just missed him, but the things that happen when you've got a big strike zone, and we'll reiterate on that in just a minute. Right back up the middle. Shortstop coming over has an opportunity, throwing him out by a half a step. Derek Labine made it look easy, and we'll hold the thought here we'll stay with it here in the half inning as no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base here in the top half of the first inning. Pinconning comes up. What a big strike zone does for you is it tells the kids that the first ball that's close, they better be whacking at it. When you got the strikes coming from the umpire, you've also got the defense on the balls of their feet instead of their heels because they know the activity's coming. There's a much better flow to the game, in my opinion, with a big strike zone.
Well, and the kids are going to swing the bat a lot, like you said, Jeff, and you noticed that right off the bat, looking at that home plate umpire. He's got the big strike zone, and there he is right there. Had 2 really good quality umpires in the first game against All Saints and Garber. Bob Adamowski and Paul Anderson. We'll try to get the gentleman's name here, but again, these guys do a great job. And one of the things about umpiring in baseball, there's only 2 of them, Jeff, so positioning and seeing the field and keeping your head on the pivot is vital for the umpires in high school baseball.
And they do a lot of nonverbal communicating, and I will try and point some of that out as the game goes on, but typically when I'm doing fast pitch softball or baseball, I call it my fist rule. I give a fist on either side of the plate, and if that ball gets into the plate area or the fist on either side, that's something I'm going to ring up. And, if it goes back to the old, it's from the knees really up into the letters on your chest. Pretty much Major League Baseball has turned into anything above the military. Yeah, the naval. It's a ball.
Boy, you got one out early. We haven't even started at the bottom of the first, and you got one out already on us.
Where it came from, who knows? So, and this is interesting to watch this second game unfold as the first batter up to the plate for the Pinconning area Spartans looks like Zach Backus. As the pitcher's got a very unorthodox style, the way he comes right over the top. And if you haven't seen it before, it's kind of a herky-jerky motion, and it throws your timing off as a hitter.
Yeah, that's number 20, Sam Broughton, the senior. You're right over the top. Boy, again, the sun out there in right field for that Standish-Sterling Central player, number 25, if I'm not mistaken. 26. Lance Cameron really's got the sun in his eye and the wind, so that was really a nice play by Lance.
Well, you could tell he was fighting that ball the whole way, but he stuck with it and had that ball come out of the sun just in enough time to make a nice play. 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Ball just outside. As the catcher for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, Nolan Raymond, catching both ends of the double dip today. And ball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's playing him right straight up all the way across infield and outfield. And again, that beautiful pitch on the outside corner.
Yeah.
I'm hearing fans already chirping. People don't chirp. That's the same way it was in the top half of the first inning.
Yep.
And it's the same way it's going to be in the 7th inning of the game. It's great consistency. It ball just low by an inch. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But again, don't complain if anybody has a consistent strike zone. That's all you ask for.
That's right.
Little lazy pop fly. Looks like the second baseman's going to be able to reel that ball in, and that is number 13, Clay Crowderfield.
Clay did a nice job, Jeff. He kind of went back and surrounded that. With that win, any fly ball is going to be a challenge here at Dow Diamond. Up now for the Pinconning area Spartans, that's number 14, Derek Labine, the senior. Saw him a lot during the basketball season, Jeff. Had a really good winter season playing basketball for the Spartans also.
He's also a shortstop.
Yeah.
He's a very versatile player. First pitch, right down Main Street. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody on base. Interesting pitching out of the stretch the entirety of this first inning. Even with nobody on base, another pitch Labine thought might have been a little high, let it go, but like the consistency of the generous strike zone, no balls and 2 strikes. See if they try and pick a corner here.
Whoa.
Ball just outside. Labine was thinking about it. I'll tell you what, the fans are going to be active in this game.
Well, the Panther faithful was all over that one, Jeff. That was close.
Well, they got a great angle from down the third baseline.
Yeah, they do.
Tough hop to the third baseman. And just beating the throw to first base was Labine. Is that you get that short hop just off the ground, and you either pick it up clean or you're going to end up with a Rawlings sign on your shin.
Well, that was a tweener right there, Jeff. He could have went back and tried, but you know what? He kept the ball in front of him, made a good throw over there, a little bit late. Be an infield hit for Labine for the Pinconning area Spartans.
1 on and 2 out. As the Pinconning has got Drew Schultz up to bat, the left fielder. He takes a ball on the first pitch. And trying to bunt it off. Catcher going to get that ball safe at first base. Yes, indeed.
Woo, that was a good call.
Yep, he started to go without, and he realized that he had beat it. So, great call.
Like the call on the bunt, too.
When you're on first base or doing the bases, you want to see it, think it, double check it and call it. You do not have to be instantaneous. So many guys are in a hurry to make that call at first base. Just make the right call, and by double checking in your mind, you're calling what you see instead of what you think you see or anticipate.
Yeah, he took his time, and he thought about it, and he made the right call. I think it was a very good call, and I like the call by the head baseball coach Jeff Stanek. We're going with the bunt, and getting another runner on base. It's 2 outs, but puts the runner in scoring position on second base, Jeff. I like the call.
Pass ball will advance the runners to second and third base. So now with the 2-1 strike count, a base hit could bring in a couple. And I think Cameron Floyd is the batter right now. Yes.
That's a familiar name in the Pinconning area schools.
There's been a few Floyds rolling through. There's another pass ball. And as the catcher comes back to get it, Levine just kind of meanders on home, knowing he had all day.
Well, you look at the backstop here, Jeff, it's a long ways away from home plate. Not something these kids are used to. They're used to more of a confined baseball field. This is a minor league ballpark, an organization for the Dodgers here at Loons Dow Diamond. So that is a big backstop and a lot of area.
That is a great point indeed. And a lot of the backstops per se have even got some rubber on the bottom so the ball comes back, and they don't put it back for the bounce back ability. They put it back there so the ball doesn't get scuffed up and hit in the fence.
Right.
They don't have 200 balls a game that they can get the old rub on.
They always make the announcement for the high school games, if you get a foul ball, please return it to the nearest dugout here at Dow Diamond.
And that first pitch is a strike. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. And yeah, it still could be a strike if the catcher dropped the ball. That can happen in this game. Yep. So Standish trying to get themselves out of trouble. Pinconning looking to add another one in. 90 feet away. There's a chopper, another tough in between hop. And the second time in this inning he's had to try and pick up a short hop. He being Andrew Worley.
Yeah, again, Jeff, that is a tough hop, and he's playing it right. If he goes back, it's going to really come up and get him, so he tries to play it on a short hop. He's got him both times, kept the ball, but he just couldn't get it out of his glove and make the throw over to first base. Run number 2 for the Pinconning area Spartans here in the bottom of the first inning. They're up 2-0 over Standish-Sterling.
Geez, I wonder who's coming up to bat now.
Well, I think we know who that gentleman is, don't we?
Well, you don't really need to look at a number when the big boy comes up. Connor View. He hit the ball well in the first game.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot to show for it. Has an opportunity now to spring this one wide open. Ball just low, 1 ball and no strikes, and you don't want to make a mistake to this big boy.
Yeah, he can put the belief to it, Jeff. Saw Dad in the crowd before the game. He's here and having a good time with all the Pinconning area faithful. And really, really 2 good crowds on hand tonight. They're representing their communities very well tonight.
Well, and this is a big deal indeed.
It is.
So, and there's a lot of talent in that View family too. Their mother's a very good, talented player. There is a long fly ball, but just hanging up in that breeze long enough for the center fielder, Sam Broughton, to haul it in. At the end of our first inning of play, it's the Pinconning area Spartans 2, Standish-Sterling Central Panthers nothing. Back in a minute here on BCTV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. Back here at the start of the second inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. 2-0. Pinconning strikes first in the first inning. Outside corner for a strike as the Standish-Sterling Central Panther batter. And looking for that number as soon as he turns around. It is number 29. And I am wondering, that is Chris Campo, a freshman, up from the JV team playing in the second half of the double dip.
Yep. Got to say thank you to our good friend, the athletic director, Jeff, up at Standish-Sterling, for sending us these rosters today. Ben Welmers, who we've known for many, many years, and always doing a great job up there in Standish-Sterling.
I'll tell you, Ben Welmer's one of the true gentlemen in this sport. Athletic directors are very underappreciated for all the organizational skills they have and the way they make things happen, but truly a pleasure to see Ben again after not seeing him for a year. Through our long stint with WKJC up north, we had many fond interactions. And the freshman Campo goes fishing for a little out of the strike zone. High fastball. One down here in the top of the second inning.
The head coach, Jeff, for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, head coach Ryan Raymond, did a nice job there with that big gutsy call in game one on the straight steal for home, and won that game 3-2. We were thinking extra innings in game one, but did not come to fruition. And they came away with a big 3-2 win over Pinconning.
And I'm going to tell you what, if you look at this field, you'll go, wow, did they play a first game? Yeah, they come out, they do all the groundskeeping in between games and make the field look perfect. That does not happen at your high school home field. At Austin Nichols swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Standish-Sterling Central Panther batter. There's a nice foul ball. That might get to the roof. It does get to the roof, but it's coming back down into the stands. And a souvenir.
Turn it in.
A momentary souvenir.
They're looking for it.
Oh, yeah, there it is down there. It's too far.
There's one thing about the stands here, Jeff. They got it sloped towards the field, so when the rain comes, all the water goes down. So when those balls hit in the stands, they get underneath the seats. They don't stop until they get to the dugout.
They get to the front row.
Yeah.
There's a nice big Sunday hop to the third baseman from Pinconning, Cameron Floyd, with a flip over to first base. And we have got 2 down in the top of the second inning.
Well, that's nice to get those big hops like that, Jeff. You can set your feet, take your time, zip it over to the first baseman. Out number 2 for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers here in the top of the second.
Where do you think they ever came up with the phrase Sunday hop? You know, you get that one big hop, Sunday hop.
All hair club.
Look at that. Mr. Rude is going to be showing it off
on
the junior
hair team.
He's got the locks. Another strike as the Pinconning area Spartans just keep firing balls at the strike zone with nobody on and 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Change of pace at 67 miles an hour. And Cooper Root decided not to hop on that offer.
Good eye by Cooper not to take that pitch, but a good pitch by the Pinconning near Spartans starting pitcher. Just a skosh outside. Oh boy, number 5, that's Bernrooter, Brady Bernrooter. He wanted it. The pitcher for the Pinconning near Spartans.
He certainly knew it was close.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Root says, not much I can do about that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. He thought that he was going to get something off speed. He couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball right down the pipe. As ball 4. So Root, patient at bat, gets a walk and heads down to first base. You look at that first base coach down there for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. He's not taking any chances. I think he's got one of those football jackets on that are the ultra warm. He goes, I could go out here and coach just fine. I just can't coach as well with my teeth chattering.
I may not look as pretty as everybody else, but I'm going to be warm.
I'm cozy. I'm comfy. He says, I still can get an angle on things. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a lazy fly ball, and that will be caught by Drew Schultz. That was an offering from Hunter Nelson at the end of 1.5 innings. It is the Pinconning area Spartans 2 and the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers nothing. And Mike threw 1.5. It looks like the Pinconning area Spartans have really been able to regroup from that tough loss in the beginning of the first game. And you've got to sometimes wonder about a carryover in that second game after the way the first game ended.
Yeah, that was a tough break for the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff, as we see they gather out just in front of their dugouts. But that was, again, a great call by Coach Ryan Raymond of Standish-Sterling. But you know what, Pinconning area Spartans, when you play games like that close together, you got to look at that thing in the rearview mirror. You got to regroup. You talk about it a little bit after the game, but you got to refocus. You got to get ready for game number 2. Forget about it.
Easy to say, though.
It is. It's easy to say, but as you saw, the coaching staff for both teams, they went out to the outfield and they talked about this, what happened in game number 1. And the Pinconning area Spartans say, hey, look, we got another opportunity. We can get a win here. We can get the split. Let's go out and get the second game.
And just like in any other sport, just because the game comes down to the last play doesn't mean that 10 other plays that happened or didn't happen earlier in the game didn't lead up to making it a factor. It all comes down to that one play, but there's a lot of little things that could have been done better or different during the game, which don't put you in that situation at the end of the game.
Well, and you could go back and look at that and, dwell on that stuff, Jeff, but, and like in a high school basketball game, you might have 2 or 3 days to work on that stuff. In high school baseball, you got to forget that, and 30 minutes later, you got to get ready to play again.
Pinconning area Spartans up to bat in the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0. And it looks like the Pinconning area Spartans have got Zach Wojda. Oh, and he had a healthy rip at a chest-high fastball. It is 1 ball and 1 strike here in the bottom of the second inning. Getting a little looper. Does it have eyes? Will it stay fair? It's a foul ball. Just laying out, trying to get to it, but it kind of fell in no man's land out there.
Good hustle by number 26 for the Panthers, Jeff. Lance Cameron playing out there in right field. And again, that ball was being taken away by the wind. So that was a foul ball. Live another day for the Pinconning area Spartans.
When it left his bat, it looked like it was going to drop in fair territory. You are exactly right there, Coach. That ball got pushed foul by the wind. And now another one, and this one is not going to be pushed away by the wind. And it looks like Root from the all-hair team gets that ball in foul territory. And so it'll be 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-0. Pinconning on top over the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers in the second half of the double dip here at Dow Diamond.
Up to bat right now for the Pinconning area Spartans is Hunter McGillen, the sophomore. And again, Jeff, we've talked about it. We look at these two teams, young talent on both squads.
And that is a beautiful thing because the future is bright for both of these programs as they're both in first place in their respective divisions of the Tri-Valley with a less than senior-laden team.
Yeah, when we saw the Essexville Garber Dukes on the last game we did on BCTV, Jeff, very young. But then you saw the other end of the rainbow with the All Saints Cougars, who had that very good veteran senior-laden team, and that's showing up with those seniors in a very successful campaign for the Cougars.
Jeff Sanick, the Pinconning area Spartan coach for baseball, said on MLive the other day that he is shocked that Garber's not a top 5 team in the state. They've got all the tools, and they certainly beat a good All Saints baseball team in their doubleheader the other night. It was 8-2 and 10-5 in those 2 games.
Yeah, we'll get a good look at Coach Sanick here in a bit over there on down the third baseline. Relaying the signals to his hitters. 1 out here, Jeff, in the bottom of the second inning for the Pinconning area Spartans.
Well, I'll tell you, a big lead at first base, so that at least puts a little pressure on things. There is the field general for the Pinconning area Spartans, many-year head coach Jeff Sanick, great staple in the community. As that pitch comes down a little bit low. Nice secondary lead at first base for Pinconning. They take 2-3 hard steps to second, and you get people moving when that happens. And when that happens, the ball has an opportunity to get through the infield. That ball right to the middle, thrown to the base, which is exactly what you do.
Nice.
It is the old 1-6-3, doubling them up and ending that second inning. What a nice double play.
That was beautiful.
And again, as the pitcher, you throw that thing to the base, they run to the base, they make the play. At the end of 2 innings of play, it's Pinconning 2, Standish nothing. Back in a minute here on BCTV. Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs. Back here for the top of the third inning on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, Jeff Hildebrandt and Natalie Doan on the cameras, and Nick Page producing and directing our show tonight. First pitch is up high to the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, and that is number 27 from Standish. And I am looking to see that is
Dylan Kobiash.
Kobiash,
Yeah,
yep.
it's another freshman, Jeff.
Another kid coming up from the JV team, getting an opportunity to play. Had to switch papers and rosters. That ball outside. 78-mile-an-hour fastball, a little wide. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, Jeff, to get the miles per hour on the pitches from both pitchers.
You're
up
supposed
on
to
the
tell them
scoreboard.
that we're just doing that by the trained eye.
We got our jugs gun out. we got a little extra money here at BCTV, so we bought a jugs gun.
Figured great investment for the future. We're doing more baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball right back up the middle. Levine gets the big hop at shortstop, takes his time and throws a strike to first base. 1 up and
nice.
1 down.
That was nice. Had a nice bounce. He took his time. Good feet, good footwork right there, Jeff. And he got it in there, took a little hop step and fired it over first base. Out number 1 for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers here in the top of the third.
You like it when you get your body balanced in rhythm, throw that ball. You know you're going to throw a chest-high strike when that happens.
Yeah, it's nothing like getting that Sunday hop, so to speak, and getting it over there and just kind of flipping it and getting it to first base with plenty of room to spare.
Now we've got number 16, Blake Mitchell, another freshman, coming up and having an opportunity to get an at-batters 2 in the second half of this doubleheader.
Boy, what a great thrill for these young kids to be up playing varsity ball here at Dow Diamond.
Well, and I got to believe that's part of the reason why they're there.
Sure.
I mean, this is a great experience. And that ball just a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike here in the top of the third inning as the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers trying to come back from that 2-0 deficit. As the swing and miss on the play from Blake Mitchell. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You always like it when you look down to that third base coach. You want that front foot to go outside the box so that you're considered outside the box. You can get the signal and get back in. Looked like a foul tip right into the catcher's glove for the out. As the Pinconning area Spartans are just mowing them down. You know, you look at that first game, Mike, and it went 4+ innings before anybody scored. It was just nothing, and it just buzzed right along. And then after a run was scored in the game, the pace of the game slowed way down.
It did. Again, another freshman, Jeff Clay Velad, coming up for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. They've got 3 freshmen so far in the starting lineup, does Coach Raymond for his Panthers.
Velad had a healthy whack at a ball just off the outside of the plate. 0-0 finds himself in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the third. Ooh, got a little bender there at 65 miles an hour. And Lod says, ooh, I'm glad that thing missed the mark because I was starting to have that front foot bail to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right down the middle. Called strike 3, and that'll do it. For the top of the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base once again. It's 2-0. Pinconning over Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Yeah, so they're throwing a little no-no here early in the game. I know we don't like to talk about it too early because there's such a thing called the jinx factor, and we got some kids that are going to be getting some energy if they don't puke before that. You know, you go roll me over the clover and down the hill too many times, and I'll tell you what, you'll find out how well that brat from the concession stand settles
or the
in.
nachos. But that's one of the great things about Dow Diamond, Jeff. They got that grassy area over there down the right field line, along with that big playground out there. So, you know, some of the kids that may not want to watch a game go out there and have some fun. Mom and Dad don't have to worry. And again, we talked about it before. What a great family atmosphere here at Dow Diamond. They just have a lot of fun. Everybody's having a lot of fun tonight here at Dow Diamond.
Well, and again, as we talked the other night, the beauty of being in this stadium that very few stadiums that you'll go to, there's cement bottoms. You don't have that wind whistling up underneath the bleachers, causing everything to go wooey. So it makes a big difference when you put your blanket down. You don't have that draft blowing around.
Well, you know, they got a fire pit out there in left field that we've talked about before, and then we're down there getting a little refreshment, and we saw a couple fireplaces going down there in the causeway down there. So, you know, it was really a nice night. It's a little bit chilly, but, you know, they got some good things going on here. There's some of the Pinconning fans.
Look at the Michigan blanket.
Oh, that's pretty.
I saw that before I even saw the Pinconning fans. It sticks right out when you're in a sea of green and white to see maize and blue. It's a beautiful thing.
So, you know, in the scoreboard out there, Jeff, they do a nice job on the scoreboard out there. They got both teams' names on there, and it really is an exciting time for these young kids and for the communities and the school districts that come down here and play.
Well, and you got to tip your hat to Dow Diamond for coming up with this concept and all the schools that are able to cash in on the opportunity.
Well, and you look at what the Loons do. They play a noon game every about once a week during this time of year, and kids from the local school districts will get on the Bluebird and head over here and get rewarded for going to class and having a good school year, and they'll bring in 5, 10, 15 school districts and load this place up on a nice warm spring afternoon.
Well, and they get in for virtually nothing, and they come with a pocket full of concession stand money.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing when you see those kids get up there, and there's so many choices. It takes them 5 minutes to pick what they want. They can't figure it out ahead of time, but boy, it's all part of the fun.
And it's a great time. The whole parking lot is nothing but school buses.
Leave that to an old bus director to tell us that. So 2 balls and no strikes here.
We used to send a lot of buses.
Yep, that is a beautiful thing. Now we got a timeout on the field. Don't know what the home plate umpire is confabbing about.
Talk about something going on in the bullpen. Oh, you wanted the player that was supposed to protect the catcher right there was not watching what was going on in the field. The umpire just wanted to make sure he was watching the field and not watching them warm up.
Oh,
just
okay.
a little bit of safety issue right there, Jeff.
I tell you, Eagle Eyes, that's why we got you up here.
That's why I get paid the big money.
Oh, my.
You think Gruden makes a lot of money at ESPN? Nope.
You call you Little John. It's 3 balls and 1 strike after 3 straight balls on the hitter for the Pinconning area Spartans. Looks like Connor View. And it's strike 2. Trying to see if it's Labine or if it's View.
Number 26 or 16?
That's what I'm trying to say. Their white numbers are extremely hard to pick out, and it's Labine.
Okay.
That good close-up. Thank you for coming up with it for us.
That's the sophomore Labine. That's Darren Labine, the infielder, sophomore.
With the away numbered jersey. Labine gets back to first base. And you can tell it's getting a little dry, just seeing a little touch of dust as they dive back into first base. What was supposed to be some rain last night ended up just being a ground wetter, and that's it.
Yeah.
Good strike. As the
change up at 61 miles an hour, Jeff.
So now Derek Levine trying to bring Darren Levine around. Beautiful jump going to second base. The ball not picked up real easily by Clay Valade, the new catcher. And the steal of second base with nobody out puts a runner in scoring position for the Pinconning area Spartans. There's a little soft line drive. And I'll tell you, in rhythm, trying to make that double play, Sean O'Keefe, he caught that ball, and he was firing that ball a strike to second base, trying to double off the base runner Levine.
Yeah, that young man, we've watched him a few years and come up through 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, the senior now. We always liked him. He was a very good athlete when we watched him over the years. Jeff did a nice job getting that ball back to second base also.
One strike to the Pinconning area Spartan batter. I think that's Drew Schultz up to bat. And again, our apologies, as those white numbers in the back are a little tough to pick up. And that ball goes off of I believe the umpire, not the catcher.
Now you look at the catcher for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, Jeff. That's Clay Valade, the freshman, getting the starting nod behind the dish tonight for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, and that's a big position for a freshman to be stepping into.
And another ball on the play, but it's great confidence in that young man to say that he can handle it back there. So when you can handle a junior and senior pitcher, that is a thing of beauty. That ball is outside, 3-1 right now. Getting to be a long inning as the Standish-Sterling Central Panther pitcher, Sam Broughton, just having a little trouble finding the zone. There's a ball hit up the gap, and that is deep. That's going to be over the head of the right fielder, Lance Cameron. Rounding second base and coming to third. Looking like he'll have a stand-up triple on the play, and that was the gapper from the start. The only thing you had to wait and see was the wind going to affect it and bring it back to the right fielder, Cameron.
Yeah, that really took off. That was a shot, Jeff. That made it all the way out to the wall, 373 feet out there to right center field. Nice job. And you notice that the runner had his eye on the third base coach. The minute he got around first base, he was looking at the third base coach, and the third base coach said, "Keep on coming, son, because you got yourself a triple."
Well, when that happens, first thing he does around at first base, he's going to take a peek at the ball first. But his second step, he better be tuned in on the third base coach.
He knew he was going to, he's had a double for sure, but then he took a peek over to Coach Sanik, and Sanik said, "Well, let's come over and give me a little visit here, and we'll get this thing going."
We got a pitching change going on right now. And Mike, talk about the other difference of this ballpark. When that ball gets into the gap, you're used to a center field at maybe 305, 310. You're not looking at a field that's 400 in straightaway center field and 373 up the power alley.
Yeah, this is a big field, Jeff, and it's a lot bigger than these kids are used to. And the depth perception for these young men is a little bit different than what they're used to. So you got a lot of real estate out there. You got 400 feet to straightaway center, 375 to the alley to left, 373 to right, 332 down the line and left, and 325 down the line and right, Jeff. This is a big baseball field.
It's a lot of real estate out there indeed. Zachary Backus will be the new pitcher for Standish. And again, 3-0, after that triple. The Pinconning area Spartans, after losing the first game in the doubleheader, on the last play of the game, steal of home plate with 2 outs, giving the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers that win. And for all intent purposes, we looked like it was going extra innings.
We talked about it, Jeff, and we were up there saying, well, it looks like we're going to go to the 8th inning. Did not happen. Gutsy call by head coach Ryan Raymond. Now that looks like number 4 on the mound for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. And that's another freshman, Reed Raymond?
No, I think it's Zach Backus. Nope, it is Reed Raymond.
Yeah,
It'd help if I looked at the right roster here.
Oh, look at that. A little more fun going up and down the hill. A little baseball going on over there. Lots of fun going on here at Dow Diamond.
That's what it's all about out here at the Dow. There's a little southpaw lick now. A little tougher for the southpaw to see what's going on third base. They got another steal of home plate on a suicide squeeze. Could not get the bunt down, I'll tell you.
I like
Both
it.
these coaches pulling out the stops. It's a thing of beauty.
I like it. I really do.
And the thing is, it's nice because with a left-handed pitcher, you're coming from third on first motion, you're coming home, and it's really tough for that lefty to get a good look and to slow down that runner coming from third.
Yeah, I think it's a great call, Jeff. You know, it's 3-0. Let's get another one in, and you only got one out. It's worth a try. That'll get a run in.
That's a short fly ball, and this is going to be tough. He's going to send him. Coming to the home plate, let that ball go. The ball is just a little bit short. And that is the catcher's job on that ball to say cut. If you hear nothing, you let that ball come through. The ball was on line. It just didn't have the strength coming in from right field to make that happen. But the out is recorded by Lance Cameron. And it will be 4-0 in favor of the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
Nice job by Drew Schultz tagging up on third base, getting that fourth run in for the Pinconning area Spartans.
It was funny on that little suicide squeeze bunt home. Jeff Sanick was having a little confab with Ryan Raymond, saying anything you can do, I can try as well. And that's a thing of beauty. So that play to first base. Nice job by the freshman, Reed Raymond. But Rude was thinking that he was going to have to get the ball and that Raymond was going to get to first base. So after a great play by the pitcher, nobody covering first.
Raymond did a nice job there, Jeff, falling away to the third base side. He got off the mound fairly quick, got over there. Rude thought he was going to get it and flip it to Raymond. Raymond got it, but there was nobody to throw the baseball to.
Looks like Thomas Christensen, the batter. He's the first baseman designated hitter. He's only a junior as well. He's up with 2 outs and a runner on first. They're going to try and get that ball down to second. And the ball was there in time, but kicked away as another one of the JV players, Dylan Kobias, now playing second base. So advance the runner with the strike called on the pitch. No balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner on second base here in the top of the fourth. Or excuse me, still the bottom of the third. Ooh, a nice little bender coming in at 67 miles an hour. Nice job to lay off that pitch.
Young squad, Jeff, going to make a lot of young mistakes out there for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, as you can see. So, but you know what? This is good for these young players, getting a little experience at the varsity level, and that'll pay dividends down the road.
Good experience for the old announcers, too, trying to get our feet wet with baseball here. We've had a lot of fun, though, in the 2 games that we've been able to do this week.
Been a great time.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball just off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Pinconning with a runner on second base and 2 outs with a 2-2 count. 2 runs in on the inning. With that runner on second, there's 2s everywhere. That ball is foul. Is it going to be playable? Just running out of real estate.
Good hustle.
The third baseman for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. I think it's Andrew Worley.
That was third base, Luke Surd, Jeff.
Okay.
0-1 is his number for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Good hustle. A lot of room over there. He had a long ways to run, but about 5 rows back here at Dow Diamond.
Ball just outside. It'll be a full count.
Take your head off to that ground screw here at Dow Diamond too, Jeff. They've done a great job. Field is impeccable. Great shape, green grass, beautiful.
There's a ball that's kind of hit and held up by the wind. And that will be out number 3. At the end of 3 innings of play, it's Pinconning 4, Standish-Sterling Central Panthers nothing. Be back in a minute here on BCTV. The Times Lofts in downtown Bay City is the area's newest and finest apartment living with units that meet your every need, including stainless steel appliances.
With prices starting at $850, there is something for everyone. To receive further information and find your dream loft, call us at 989-893-2000 or visit us on our website at thetimeslofts.com.
Here we are back for the start of the fourth inning as the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers send Sean O'Keefe up to bat. He'll be looking to see if Standish can get a rally going to start things, and we've got a hit batter. O'Keefe took a 69-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch off of that front arm and shoulder.
Got him right on the pad, his elbow pad.
They'll take a base runner any way they can. It's a good thing that they've invented those pads. Back in the day, you know, they were padless, and they'd take a thump there. They'd have to take a long look out at the mound.
That was on your funny bone, but it wasn't so funny.
Not funny at all. O'Keefe dancing around like he's ready to take off for second base. Doubtful that I think he's going to go down 4-0. They really can't afford for him to be thrown out, but I stopped trying to double guess and outthink coaches a long time ago.
Yeah, we've been wrong 99% of the time trying to figure out what they're trying to do.
I look at it as we're pretty consistently inconsistent with those things.
Jeff, at the plate for the Panthers is number 24, the junior, Luke Burkhardt.
Luke with a nice healthy rip at a 1-0 fastball.
Love that sound.
Good crisp night for ball as the sun is just starting to set here over Dow Diamond. Runner on first base and nobody out, top of the fourth. Just on the outside corner. And again, that generous zone, and it's been there all game long. The fans finally stopped chirping about it because they realized he's consistent.
Yeah, that's all you're asking for out of an umpire, Jeff, or a referee.
That ball to the outside, it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, that pitch, when the umpire at home plate is in what they call that inside position. And when you're on the inside position, you don't quite get the look on that outside pitch. It's kind of got to be a feel thing. And what you do is, as an umpire, you like to just peek over the top of the shoulder of that catcher. And if the catcher does a nice job of framing that ball and kind of moves that thing in an inch or 2 from where it's at, you might steal a couple.
They would do that? The
catcher
does that?
Well, you know, it's only somewhat illegal. Only if you get caught is there anything wrong with it. But on that 3-2 count, how about that for Coach Ryan Raymond?
Hit and run.
Got O'Keefe going there with 2 strikes and 3 balls, trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Will he do it on back-to-back pitches?
Yeah, I think he will. They got to get something going here to the Panthers here at the top of the fourth.
They're going to try and stay out of the double play. And there's just a lazy fly ball to left field. That's going to end up being a foul ball.
Boy, not by much.
That was a foul ball by about 6 inches out there. And Mr. O'Keefe, he got all the way around third base before he stopped it. It's just like he's being punished. He's having to run his wind sprints.
Well, that young man's got some wheel, does O'Keefe. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah, he was running on the pitch, and he was all the way around third base before those jets started to cool down. 3 ball, 2 strike count once again. O'Keefe did not tip his hand that time after making that long run. You know, do you think Coach Raymond will say, let's do it again?
Stay out of the double play. That's a good point.
Another foul ball.
Good at-bat for number 24, Burkhardt on the Panthers.
Yeah, it's a great at-bat unless you're O'Keefe and you're going back to first base for the 4th time.
What do you think that conversation on the bus ride home will
Well,
be?
I don't think he's got to say anything.
Say, brother.
I just think he's got to stare at him and go, hey, man, thanks for letting me run all these wind sprints. There's a ball up the middle, and they'll have to go to first base to get the out, so running kept them out of the forced play at second and or the double play.
Like it. Keeps them out of that double play, gets the runner in scoring position. Single here, Jeff, base hit, gets the run in, and we're right back in this ball game for the Panthers.
Natalie Doan running back and forth as We had a little issue with one of the cameras momentarily, but
we didn't even notice.
We got that going right back up, and it's a thing of beauty.
That's how good that behind-the-scenes crew does here.
That crack crew that we've got is definitely, I wouldn't trade them for anything.
No. Best in the business.
1 ball, no strikes with 1 out. 4-0. Pinconning on top of the fourth. A beautiful pitch that time to number 11, another one of those youngsters.
Don't see a number for that young man,
He
Jeff.
did not give us one. We thought we had them all set, but they're pulling out the stops on us. We'll have to see if Natalie can zoom in on the back of that jersey. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down the third baseline, foul ball. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Ryan Raymond down there, he's politicking on everything that's close.
Got to. Got to.
Let's see if we can see this young kid's name as he turns around. One ball, 2 strikes with 1 out and a runner on second base. That off-speed pitch at 61 miles an hour kind of just got away from the pitcher, so it'll be 2-2. Four nothing, Pinconning on top. Nice little emergency cut. Another little souvenir up on the third tier for us here. Now 1 ball, 2 strike count once again. And another foul ball. Well, they're running out of balls here.
We had one up here earlier, Jeff, and it actually hit the window of the suite next door to us. And of course, you know, they got the glass windows that are really, really thick. But I'll tell you what, it made one heck of a noise when it hits those windows.
It was a thumper.
It was a thumper. We're right next to the Great Lakes Reserve area with the outside seating. And we got suites all around us. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous ballpark here at Dow Diamond.
2 ball, 2 strike count. There's a base hit to left field. And having to slow down at third base was number 2 for Standish-Sterling, Sean O'Keefe. As the left fielder came up and bobbled the ball, Drew Schultz. But the runners now on first and third. Very important when you're the outfielder. You hit the cutoff man, because if you throw that ball home, then you're giving a free base to the runner at first base, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, get it to the cutoff man. First and third, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Panthers got something going, Jeff.
Austin Nichols will be the hitter, as he wants to do anything to put this ball in play that will not result in a double play. And that ball coming back, it's almost getting the camera. Careful out there, Nick. So that was a little too close for comfort. I see you there, Nick. As Jeff Hildebrandt has moved back inside now, doing the producing and directing. There's a foul tip on the play. Natalie Doan still outside doing the other camera work tonight. I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala. Pleased to have you along here from Dow Diamond, this beautiful venue for high school baseball. I'll tell you what, the state finals don't look any nicer than this. This is just a great thing.
This would be a great place for the state finals. I think they're moving to Michigan State this year again.
Are they?
For the state finals. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's a ball hit to left field. Schultz going back, still gets the ball. O'Keefe tags from third base, and he will come home. I'm going to tell you what, Schultz had some air on that thing, and O'Keefe had to get after it to get home. The ball was just a little bit offline, but for catching the ball with your back to the infield, having to stop, plant, and throw, that was a howitzer.
He threw that on a line all the way out there in left field, right to the pitcher's mound.
I bet he threw that thing at least 275.
Wow. Look out.
Hot potato coming down.
Right between the wickets.
Hot Java Look at him down there. He's doing some push-ups. I think what he's doing is he's praying and he's kissing the ground saying everything's good.
He hasn't moved that fast since he was dancing at his wedding. He's look at him.
That'll keep you young. 63-mile off-speed pitch is up high. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. Standish-Sterling Central Panthers in the top of the 4th inning. Finally on the scoreboard, down 4-1 to the Pinconning area Spartans. Out of the stretch. That ball to the outside. An advancement of the runner. Now with 2 balls and a strike and 2 outs. In scoring position.
What you looking for,
Cooper Rude trying to get on our first team all-hair team this year. High and tight as Rude could have been leaning in a little bit, and that thing caught one of the whiskers.
Little chin music right there.
3 balls and 1 strike. Rude turns around and he goes, wow. That thing just seemed like the electro shave. As the umpire grants time to the Pinconning area Spartan catcher going out, just saying, hey, let's just calm things down.
Yeah.
I believe the scoreboard's wrong. I think it's 3 balls and a strike. And a foul tip will make it a full count. With 2 down and a runner on second base, Rude trying to get a base hit or a walk to try and keep this inning alive. Trying to make things happen so that the next hitter coming up will have an opportunity to make something happen, and that's Landon Lefebvre, another freshman who's in the on-deck circle. And strike 3 off another foul tick. Standish-Sterling Central Panthers finally put one on the board. Are down 4-1 going into the bottom of the 4th inning right here at Dow Diamond, as we'll keep it right here. And you know, bottom of the 4th inning in a 7th inning game, is that almost 7th inning stretch time? I think we'll stretch.
You going to sing for us?
Oh, yeah. Take me out to the ball game or America the Beautiful. You tell me what you want to hear.
Normally it's take me out to the ball game. There's
well, they
Gory.
play them both.
Oh, that's right. That's
yes.
right. And there's Old Glory and the 2016 Midwest League champion flag, Jeff, the Great Lakes Loons, some more Pinconning faithful down the right field sidelines and the right field bleachers.
As again, even the youngsters, they've got the blankets, and they're used to what it's like at this time of the year. They're prepared as they've got heavy jackets and blankets on and stuff, but it's a beautiful time of the year. Looks like maybe a few more changes going for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers defensively.
Good look at the Standish-Sterling Central Panther bench, Jeff. A few of the players that are not playing in the field right now, but again, what a great opportunity for both these teams to come to this beautiful ball field, play a couple baseball games, something that they're going to remember forever.
Here's a look at the Pinconning area bench as well. Fibke and the group still there. Labine kind of leaning over the edge, getting a good look at things. He gets a little hydration at the same time. But bottom of the 4th inning, 4-1. The Pinconning area Spartans trying to come back from the 3-2 loss in the first game of the double dip here at Dow Diamond today. Wojda, the batter for the Pinconning area Spartans. As the pitcher's ready to go, and we're settled in on the outside corner for a strike. It's great to
I like
hear the
Reed Raymond.
Yep, that is just a thing of beauty. As that ball just trickles on the outside corner, 61-mile-an-hour bender.
Reed's found his groove.
He's really starting to feel it. When you start dealing it at 61 miles an hour, it bends right over the plate into the catcher's mitt. That's a beautiful thing. That 71-mile-an-hour offering was to the outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there's another one. That little bender coming from the outside has some late life on it in the off-speed pitch. And that is a called third strike. This game moving right along.
This is moving right along, Jeff. Hunter McGillen up now for the Pinconning area Spartans, a sophomore. One out here in the bottom of the fourth.
He fakes like he's going to bunt, and he draws the crowd in towards home plate as another strike. Again, you are absolutely right. Reed Raymond is zoned in right now on the strike zone. There's the ball down. Nice strong throw, but too late.
Nice try, Jeff, by number 42 of the Panthers, A.J. Carneth, another freshman from that JV squad that's playing tonight. That was a nice bunt by McGillen, putting it down the third base line. Got it right past the pitcher, but McGillen's got a little bit of speed. He got down to first base for the infield hit.
He had that thing perfectly positioned. So it will be trying to see who's up to bat. Is that Hunter McGillen?
Nope, that is number 12, Jared Fibke.
Fibke,
yep.
All right. Again, our apologies. Those are some great-looking uniforms from Pinconning, but not real number-friendly for all of us here as the camera kind of zooming in, giving us a better look at who Fibke is. Take a look at what he's looking at. That off-speed offering, again, tried to come with a little bender at 62 miles an hour, and it just stayed up and out.
Good teaser.
Change the eye level.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they got him picked off.
They thought they did. Oh, and they did pick him off.
They got him.
I don't think that Jeff Sanick agreed with that call. Just from as far away as we were, looked like he was going to make it into second base, but the umpire was in perfect position to make the call, and it had to have been a great tag.
Well, the throw was a little bit low, Jeff, and it skipped in there, and he had to put it on him right away, and good call by the referee, I thought, and that's out number 2 for the Pinconning area Spartans, up 4-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
2 balls and 1 strike. Pinconning area Spartans now with the bases empty. And again, that outside corner strike. People chirping in the stands. Where you been for the other 4 innings of this game? This is very consistent.
That's all you need.
2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Now once again out of the windup. Just outside and low. Count is full. As the Jared Fibke, the senior outfielder. We'll see what he gets on 3 and 2. Tried to go with a little bender from the outside. Again, could not get it to find the plate. Fibke gets a walk.
Reed was hoping he was going to call that out in the black, Jeff, and he was doing a little I want to strike dance out there on the mound, but just a skosh outside. 50 will take the base for 4 balls.
As the first pitch on the outside is a strike again.
Darren Levine, number 29, the infielder, sophomore, back up to bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
Not a real big lead at first base. Another 60-mile-an-hour changeup. As the pitcher, Reed Raymond, has done a really nice job of changing eye level and speeds here in the 3rd and 4th inning.
Yeah, for a freshman, he's got a nice arm, Jeff. He's gotten up close to 70 miles an hour. He got it up to 68 a couple times. Like the way this young man's found his groove in his pitching here in the bottom of the 4th.
Just off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Darren Levine trying to keep the inning alive for the Pinconning area Spartans with that 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch, nubbed off the end of the bat, fouled on the first baseline.
You know, one of the assistant coaches is for Pinconning, Casey Paschik, the head basketball coach for the Pinconning area Spartans.
And I'm going to talk about somebody that has an absolute rocket from shortstop. Casey Paschik has got a gun. I've seen him so many times, even playing softball after his baseball career, done going deep in the hole and coming up and just throwing a rocket that looked like it's got flames on the back of it coming out. Yeah, he's a very, very good athlete. And another pitch outside. You can't give up on that outside pitch when you've got Raymond throwing the ball, because that's got a little late life on it, and that could
you got that one up there at 71 miles an hour, Jeff.
There's a little soft line drive gobbled up by the shortstop at the end of 4 innings of play. It's the Pinconning area Spartans 4 and the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers 1. Back in a minute here on BC TV.
This presentation of high school sports on Bay County TV is brought to you in part by Renew Physical Therapy, with 7 convenient locations in the Great Lakes Bay region, including Augrey, Bay City, Frankenmuth, Freeland, Midland, Saginaw, and Shields. At Renew Physical Therapy, there is a difference.
Back here at the top of the 5th inning, Jeff Todt and Mike Wisdala along with you. We've got Nick Page out manning the camera along with Natalie Doan. And Jeff Hildebrand inside doing the producing and directing.
We got the 50-50 tickets out.
We have got 4 winners of $104. That's how much money they pulled in the 50-50 tonight. So some people walked through the door and said, I want to support this game with some serious 50-50 tickets.
Yeah, that was a nice job getting those 50-50 tickets out, Jeff. We didn't have the opportunity to buy, but when we're in our travels, we try to make sure we get our 50-50 tickets purchased when we walk in the gym and help support all the athletic organizations and extracurricular organizations within all the Bay County school districts.
We love to make donations.
We do.
Yes.
We've won a couple, but we've walked away.
We've donated more than we've won, but you know what? You know it goes to a great cause indeed.
That's a great cause.
Here we go at the top of the 5th inning. Up to bat is number 48, Landon Lefebvre. Dribbler right back to the mound, and an easy put out. It's 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 5th for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
Well, that tells you how many, what kind of good crowd we had here tonight, Jeff, with an $800 50-50 total and giving away $100 4 times. Really, that is a really nice crowd for a very chilly evening here in Midland. But you know what? These teams brought their fans, and they came out in full force and saw a great ball game, game number 1. They're seeing a good one right now.
Well, we thought there was a good crowd the other night for Garber and All Saints, but this crowd is certainly at least 50% larger than that, and fans showing their appreciation for this nice venue and 2 quality baseball teams.
Yep, the concession stands were open, so if you wanted a hot dog or a pop or a water or something, they took good care of us here. We appreciate that fully, and the hospitality that Dow Diamond has shown BCTV. We couldn't thank them enough.
Well, and we're a little spoiled being able to spread out up here on the 3rd level.
We're not used to this.
So, I'm thinking that all the high school press boxes are like this, aren't they?
Last time I checked, no.
No, we will certainly be doing more games from Dow Diamond in the future. As that ball's a little nubber off at first. A nice job picking it up while it's still in fair territory. Just standing there because you realize the runner's going to come right into you. A quick tag. You don't even need to make the transaction to first base. There is 1 up. Look at the GoPro wide angle lens that they got. And now just some of the crowd here that is looking at a great doubleheader of ball. There's the panoramic view. There's a good lot of people, and there's a lot of kids out behind running up and down the hill and having fun in the jungle gym and stuff down there. So all good stuff. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. Just inside. And again, when you're crowding the plate, You got to be careful, and that is number 26, Lance Cameron, that's up to bat.
You just had a picture of the play area, Jeff. Really nice job by the organization putting that out there in the right field foul line.
Ball 3 on a play. We got a full 3-ball count. As Cameron says, I'm just trying to get back on base. And that will be ball 4. Lance Cameron, the right fielder, the senior. We'll see if he's got any aspirations to head around. As Andrew Worley will be up to bat now, the third baseman. He's had a couple of tough hops at third base in this game today that he's tried to navigate.
Had to get them both on the short hops, Jeff, but the good thing is he kept that ball in front of him and didn't give the base runner for the Pinconning area Spartans a chance to go to second base on that tough hop.
Again, top of the 5th inning, 4-1 our score. Pinconning over Standish. Out of the stretch. Pitch to the outside. Just a little bit concerned with the runner at first. The runner doing a real nice job, Cameron, over there, just as a distraction to the pitcher. And that first one was way outside. Great lead for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Ball just a little bit outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, that camera shot we have right there right now gives you a really good idea what's going on at first base, what's going on the mound, and what's going on at home plate, Jeff. That's a great angle right there.
That ball just inside. 3 balls and no strikes. If this batter gets on, Jeff Sanik's going to come out for a visit.
Time to have a little chat.
So calm down, take a couple of deep breaths. He's going to say, don't worry about the runners. We're just going to throw strikes and get out of this inning. We can't have them going around the bases like a merry-go-round. Very nice, relaxed strike there on 3-0. Andrew Worley looking at a 3-1 count. You got to be looking for a certain pitch at a certain spot, and if you see it, you let it fly. There's ball 4.
Good eye.
2 on with 2 out. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Pinconning nursing a 4-1 lead.
Good patient at bat right there by Worley, Jeff. You got 2 men on, 2 outs right here. Get 1 more in, and we got ourselves another new ball game.
I think we got Sean O'Keefe up to the plate. O'Keefe hits a lazy high fly ball that will be picked off by the left fielder Drew Schultz, and that ends the inning as the Pinconning area Spartans thwart a little 2-out rally that left 2 men on base for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll take a break and be back after this on BC TV.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV Sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, serving the Bay community. The great opportunities that we've had, Mike, to come back and broadcast and show not just the big 2 sports, but we're trying to get a smattering of all the rest of the sports and all those athletes that work hard.
Yeah, you guys did a great job, you and Chuck Hewitt, on that lacrosse game between the Bay City Western Warriors over at Angel Stadium against the Bay City Central Wolves, Jeff. We're going to do some softball. We've got some soccer coming up here in the near future. So we're going to try to get them all in, do the best we can, see if we can make it fit into our schedule. But we've got big plans coming up here in the spring and even bigger plans coming up next fall and all next year.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Oh, Lordy. As there's a big hop to third base. Nice gobble and just beat out the throw, as that was a bang play at first base.
Burley's had some tough hops tonight, Jeff, and he's done a nice job. That was very nice right there. He's getting a lot of short hops.
Derek Labine hustled down and beat that play out at first. Look at the nice lead for Labine.
Yep.
Oh, my. What a beautiful 59-mile-an-hour bender.
That was pretty.
Well, when you see that front foot bailing out thinking it's going to be inside and it's too late to pull the trigger because it's coming across the plate. And that ball up the middle, that is a tailor-made double play. And they're going to get the double play. That's a beautiful throw on the relay. And that is the fourth double play of this doubleheader for Standish-Sterling.
Shortstop from for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, Jeff. That's Sean O'Keefe. He got to that bag, great timing, and he just flicked that bag with the tip of his shoe, got the bag, just went across it, didn't step on it, just slid his toes across the backside of that bag and flicked that over to first base. Nice tailor-made double play.
Well, and that's what you need, your momentum going towards first base with that throw so you can get a little extra on it. And he got it there with about a quarter step to spare.
That was pretty. I think it's the prettiest play in baseball is that double play.
And that's why I enjoy watching the Tigers, because Kinsler and Iglesias turn that twin killing as well as any tandem in baseball.
That Iglesias is incredible, the way he can handle the ball and get it over to first base. And got great range also.
There's a line drive single. Very nicely done. Pinconning area Spartans.
I think that's Cameron Floyd for the Pinconning area Spartans.
As we've got two outs and a runner on first base for Penny. There's a little high pop foul. I think they're going to run out of real estate as that ball comes back. Yeah, and it's inevitable when this happens, because you got everybody around you going, you got room. Well, yeah, you're not the one that's 2 steps away from laying out into the railing.
I ain't got room.
I done run out of room, indeed. It's like, what are you thinking when you're saying that?
Well, again, they're not used to running that long.
They're not used to having this. Look just like playing a game out in Oakland where you got all sorts of room. There's a little tipper down. Rude's going to take the hat off. And he didn't know by taking that hat off, he was trying to expedite his play by getting there, but so much hair there was wind resistance. Slowed him down a step.
But, again, there's where the wind's coming into play, Jeff. That's a normal, pretty much a routine out with the first baseman and second baseman. That wind's just taking it towards the stands.
There's another one that'll be out of play. Bean will have to go back to first base. Nice little opportunity to at least get the feel of a game ball.
Take it right back to the dugout. They'll hand it to the umpire. Next break of play. And we'll continue to play baseball.
As we've got a wild pitch, advancing Labine to second base.
That young man.
That looks like the head man in charge at Pinconning, Mr. Michael View and his wife.
Yeah.
And it's great to see that they can take time out of their busy week to come and watch and support the Pinconning area athletics. And he's very visible in the community, and hats off to the job that he's done and continues to do up there.
He has done a fantastic job with Pinconning. Jeff, and a good friend of ours, is up at the Standish-Sterling district as their superintendent, Darren Krocholewski, who we know very well.
So there's a base hit to left field. Here comes a throw coming to the plate. The throw is cut off and was right on line to the catcher. I don't know if the catcher did not relay to let that thing come through, but we had a play at the plate as the catcher, A.J. Carnett, Might not have called for that ball up, but what a perfect throw from left field. And a big run for the Pinconning area Spartans to put them up 5-1.
That's a big run right there, Jeff. 4-1's nice, 5-1's even better. And a nice job of base running by the base runner for the Pinconning area. And he saw that that ball was going to get cut off, and he did not make any turn, trying to take the opportunity to stretch that to second base. Good base running by the Pinconning area Spartans.
You don't want to run yourself out of an inning.
Yep.
As View is up to bat right now. Boy, he has really not had much to show for stinging the ball a couple of times tonight. Inside corner of the plate.
That's Thomas Christensen.
Yep, I just saw that. He's hit the ball hard a few times tonight as well. There's a long, lazy fly ball in the corner. Catching the ball and going out of play. Did he maintain possession of that ball? Yes, he did.
Wow. What a great play.
Boy, and I'm going to tell you what. Up over the stands, and I'll tell you, your shins will take it from there. But I'll tell you what.
Nice job. We got to find out who that young man is. That's Lance Cameron, I think, out there in right field, Jeff. What a great, great play by that young man. Wow.
And he's going to be able to come back in, too, just gathering your thoughts. Great concentration as he watched that thing come right on into his mitt. And nice to see even a couple of the Pinconning area Spartans defensively heading out, congratulating him on a nice play. So now it's up to him to come in and say, hey, I just laid out my body. Let's see if we can put some hits and runs together here.
When he hit that aluminum bench, you could hear him hit it up here, Jeff. What an outstanding play by Lance Cameron of the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
After 5 innings of play, it's 5-1. Pinconning over Standish. Back in a minute here on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Back here on BC TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Looks like maybe a couple other lineup changes going on as we get to the top of the 6th inning with Pinconning scoring a big run in the last half of that last inning.
That was a real big run for the Spartans, Jeff. 5-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Just saw the Pinconning area trainer with a bag of ice headed over towards the Standish-Sterling Central Panther dugout, Jeff. Put a little ice on the shin, but what a fantastic, fantastic catch by Lance Cameron.
And what makes the catch even more spectacular, Mike, is the fact you're playing in surroundings that you're not real familiar with. I mean, these kids have never played here before, and to be able to concentrate on that ball, knowing that you're getting close to running out of real estate, and then maintaining possession of that ball as you went over the bench and the fence there. That was beautiful.
That was absolutely one of the best plays I've seen in high school baseball ever, Jeff. Top 5 in my book. And,
well, and occasionally plays like this end up showing up on the ESPN and stuff when they get submitted. And I know we got some great footage of that, so we'll have to see if we can get some extra love for that.
Well, and we've got guys that are technology savvy.
Oh boy!
And maybe they can head that over to the Bristol Network.
Beautiful pitch as the Pinconning area Spartans just continue to throw strikes in this second game. Mike, they have not had to go deep in a lot of counts in this ball game. Wind up in the pitch, a little off-speed pitch. Absolutely froze the hitter, Sam Broughton, as he was expecting heat, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
He was standing there by like the house by the side of the road, as Ernie Harwell would say, Jeff, but he was expecting the fastball, and he got the bender, and he just couldn't put it off his shoulder. Another one.
The bender, he's feeling that right now as the batter is A.J. Carneth, the freshman catcher here in the top of the 6th. He's just dealing out there now. I'll tell you, that one just missed the strike zone low.
Came in at 76, Jeff. Had a lot of heat on it.
Nice little change of pace. Freshman kind of might have gone for one outside the strike zone as there was a letter high fastball. He couldn't quite catch up to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Are we going to get the bender here again? Oh, yes, we are. And that ball just gets under the glove of the second baseman. You know, you really don't have time to play the hop on that because of the speed of that ball coming off the bat really wasn't much. Your best chance was to try and catch that. It just hit the ground at the same second.
Yeah, Floyd tried to short hop that one also, Jeff, but just got underneath his glove just a little bit.
Let's see who we got up to bat here now. Is that Broughton?
Number 21, Jeff, that is Ty Roseberg. Sophomore coming up on the JV squad. Top of the 6th inning, 5 runs, 7 hits for the Spartans, 1 run, 2 hits for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
Boy, and you know, I think probably I had the kiss on those Pinconning area Spartans as they were throwing all strikes. Now it looks like a little bit errant with a couple of tosses. Trying to go to first base right now, keeping those base runners close at hand. Looks like we might have a pinch runner going. And we will have a pinch runner coming in, and that will be number 11. And unfortunately, we could not get a name for that young man. Some of these kids are still wearing short sleeves, too. I don't understand it.
Well,
I guess when you're 15 or 16, you don't
matter.
feel the cold. I got my spring fall jacket with my sweater and long sleeve shirt.
You're at Dow Diamond.
Yes, indeed.
They're warm.
As that was another beautiful pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 1 out. As the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers are down to their last 5 outs of this game to try and pick up a 4-run deficit they have against Pinconning. And there's a swing and a miss. 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. And that will bring up Cooper Rude. Cooper's had some fun on the base pass tonight, too, as he's had a pretty good ball game. See if he can keep this inning alive for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. Boy, 76. Absolutely just humming it right now to the plate. And he's got just enough of the off-speed gatherings going. Oh, Rude tags one to right field. Look at the wind hold that thing up. And it is caught. As I believe Mason View gets that ball out in right field at the end of 5.5 innings of play. It's still the Pinconning area Spartans on top with 5 runs and 7 hits and no errors. And the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers 1 run, 2 hits and no errors. As we'll keep it right here as the Pinconning area Spartans are talking in their little huddle right now, Mike, about saying 5's not enough. I think we need to get a couple of more and let's put this thing away.
I would agree with that, Jeff. Got to get up there, swing the bat. And if you have the opportunity to get on base with the walk, we'll take that too. But let's be good, patient hitters up there. Let's see if we could have put 1 or 2 more on the board.
There's a gorgeous look at our panoramic view of Dow Diamond as you're seeing the scoreboard out there. As the Pinconning area Spartans, the PHS with 5 runs, and the SSSC, the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers, only with a run in the second game, but they were 3-2 winners of that first game, Mike, in one of the more exciting high school baseball games you'll see.
Yeah, they had put up 3 runs, Jeff. If I remember correctly, they had 9 hits in the first game, 2 runs, 8 hits for the Pinconning area Spartans in that first game. And really a very, very exciting game right now. 5-1 lead going into the bottom of the 6th for the Pinconning area Spartans.
As the Standish-Sterling Central Panther defense trying to hold them in, giving them another option as they'll go with only 3 more outs left in this ball game to try and erase a 4-run deficit. And that's before the Pinconning area Spartans put together their bottom of the 6th inning.
I'm not sure. I'm looking out in the right field, Jeff, but I did not see if Lance Cameron was back out there in right field.
I believe he is.
It does look like him. We'll have to take a double check. But again,
look at that great view right here.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? That's what it's all about right there.
That is definitely the eagle eye up on the 3rd deck overlooking this gorgeous stadium.
That's the view we have.
We're right behind that camera indeed. And look at some of the faithful from Pinconning. I think they're finding these seats pretty comfortable. You know, that guy there looked like if he had the remote control in his hand, he'd be set.
Nothing like having armchairs and the high back seats for you when you're watching a good baseball game.
That
Jeff.
ball inside on Pinconning. And again, while we're talking about that, the Pinconning area Spartans addition to their baseball complex up there, and some great generous people. They haven't raised all the money yet. They've got that fundraising going on, but Mr. Labine with a very generous donation to get that project underway. And it's just awesome to see when people have a little bit and they're willing to give back. A little number back to the mound. Pitcher still takes his time and throws a low strike to first base for the first out of the inning.
Well, nice job right there, what you said, Jeff, taking his time. He knew he had some time to just pick that up, get it over the first base, not rush it, get that first out.
Root doing a nice job, too, of pulling that ball up off his shoe tops. Boy, I'll tell you, that's quite a mean bender. It's got late life on it, but just inside. And going to the other side, just outside. It looks like the batter on the play might be Darren Labine. Hard to see. Again, those numbers are so tough for us to pick up.
That's Logan. No, that's number 24, Jeff, for the Pinconning area Spartans. Looks like Logan Walzak.
All right.
Yep. There's a good job by a cameraman.
Well, that is old Natalie Doan doing it up right on cue. When that catcher's saying, man, I've never had to go back that far before behind home plate to find a loose ball back there.
That's a long ways. A lot of real estate in this ballpark.
Well, and that's the beauty of having your coaches, because what your job is to just flick your helmet off and turn around, and the coaches will give you direction of where you need to be. There's a base hit, a solid base hit to left field. And the Pinconning area Spartans trying to make some noise in the bottom of the 6th inning and what they hope will be their last at-bats in this game.
Yeah, nice little rally going right here, Jeff. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Pinconning area Spartans. And they're up 5-1 over the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers. That hit was by number 12 for the Pinconning area Spartans, Jared Fipke.
Jared with a nice shot. And down the third baseline, and just a little bit too hard as they'll come back and try it again.
And get that extra run. Like it.
And if you'd have been able to keep that fair, I think you would have beat that out at first base.
So.
Just trying to get a peek as to who this gentleman is. And again, we apologize numerous times. These are very light numbers on the Pinconning area Spartans and very hard for us to pick up. It's looking like a 24, but that wouldn't be a proper number on an away jersey. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out with a runner on first and second. Ball down in the dirt. Nice job by the freshman receiver, A.J. Carniff, to keep that ball in front of him and keep the runners from advancing.
That is number 29, Jeff Darren Levine, the pitcher for the Pinconning Spartans.
Ball up high, runs the count full. Now you roll the dice. If you're Jeff Sanick, do you decide to scoot the runners here with one out? I would say, why not?
Why not? Absolutely. A pickup play going on out there at second base, Jeff.
Very closely
Very
done,
close.
but nice job by Jeff Sanick to sniff that out and to shout back to his runner to go back. Runner's not in motion. That ball just missed on the inside corner. And now we have got the bases juiced with one out. And now we have got number 14, Derek Labine, up to bat. Boy, and you got to love it as a hitter, man. When you got the bases juiced and one out, you know the pitcher's got to come with something for you to hit.
Oh, man.
He had a good rip at a good pitch, and he just missed it.
Bet you'd like to have that one back.
No balls and one strike. Bases loaded and one out for Pinconning. Bottom of the sixth inning, up 5-1 over the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers in the second half of this double dip from Dow Diamond. Ball comes back, foul again, up over the top of the screen and into the fans. A little temporary souvenir for the fans. They've got to send that ball back, as these balls have taken a beating tonight on the cement, Mike.
I think Nick Page is going to get himself a foul ball here one of these times out there running that camera.
That ball just outside. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. I believe the scoreboard might be 1 strike off. I think it's 1 and 2. And Labine better be looking for heat here.
Nice.
He got it up high, trying to change the eye level and get him to chase. Was not interested in chasing 2 and 2.
The 2 games we've done so far, Jeff, these kids have been very, very patient hitters. In that first game we did with All Saints and Garber, and here tonight too.
And a nice job by the runner to try and not be called for interference. Kind of gave himself up knowing that the ball was not hit hard enough to be a double play. You don't want to have the interference by the runner. So he slowed down, made sure the second baseman got a good look at it, had only 1 play to first base. Another big run crosses the plate at 6-1 Pinconning.
Nice job by Labine putting that ball in play.
That ball into the hole, and it is bobbled. And coming down to score another run for Pinconning, as that ball got to shortstop in a hurry, and Sean O'Keefe bobbled it, and then he tried to hurry the throw, and Roop could not get the throw, and once it cruised by into that ever so spacious foul territory, allowed another run to score for Pinconning.
It gives them 8-1, Jeff, here in the top of the 7th inning. Gets them into double-digit numbers in the hit column, Jeff. The Pinconning area Spartans, they have 10 hits here tonight in game number 2.
Just up high again, 2 balls and no strikes. As we're approaching 2 hours on this game, it has not gone super fast, but and there's a rock at the right center field and flagged down by the center fielder, Sam Broughton, and that will do it for the Pinconning area Spartans, who had a 3 spot here in the bottom of the 6th and go up 8-1. We'll be back in just a minute for the top of the 7th, right after this on BCTV.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs.
Back here for the top of the 7th inning, Jeff Toad and Mike Wisdala along with you. Playing a little job duty switcheroo. We've got Nick Page and Natalie Doan out on the cameras right now, and Jeff Hildebrandt producing and directing the show from the inside right now. trying to look ahead, looks like our next broadcast might be a little bit of soccer action.
Yeah, looks like the Bobcats of John Glenn, Jeff, we're going to travel over to Bay City Central and play a little soccer against the Wolves on May 19th. So we'll be over there, and this will be our first look at soccer. I have not done a soccer game, but I'm going to have to bone up, so to speak, on my soccer lingo. But I know that you have done some soccer on the radio up in the Tawas area.
Yep, I was blessed a few years ago to do a state semifinal against Comstock in a game that Tawas couldn't win, but it is a different experience, and you will need to brush up on your jargon. It's a lot of fun, though. We're really pleased to be able to bring all these other sports and all these kids that work hard an opportunity to get a little airtime.
Well, maybe we can find an expert like we found for that lacrosse game and see if they would like to step in and have a third man in the booth and help us out a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
Yes, indeed. And while we got a minute, longtime sports figure in Bay City sports, football coach and wrestling coach at Bay City Central, Brian Bishop, we'll send our condolences. His father, Gary, passed away yesterday, and that service will be this Saturday, so our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to the Bishop family. As Gary, for many decades, was on the chain crew for Central football.
Yep.
So very intertwined with the sports. There's a line drive, a hard-hit grounder, not a line drive as we refocus here, but a beautiful, beautiful toss to first base by Derek Labine. So one up and one down here in the top of the seventh.
Well, we'll take a look down the road a little bit, Jeff. We're going to have a really interesting baseball game at the end of the month. We've got the Western Warriors traveling across the beautiful Saginaw River, heading over to Bay City Central, over to McGregor Field at Central Field, taking on the Wolves in a baseball game. And finishing up that, we're going to have a little bit of softball on the 25th, where the Pinconning area Spartans will be traveling south to take on the Lady Dukes of Essexville Garber. So we've got some got a plethora of things going on here this spring here on Bay County TV.
Oh, what fun it is.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
And we're only scratching the surface.
Yeah,
once we get into a full fall and winter season, all the sports that we can do, all the different sports we're going to try and bring to you. We're going to try and get into the pool area and do some swimming. We're going to do some wrestling, going to get some volleyball in. So any of the other sports that we can pack in here, we'll become experts overnight at trying to bring you all the activities.
If we can, we'll try to do it.
That is Clay Crowder Field with the walk.
We'll try to get some more of those great sponsors to come on next year again, Jeff. We had some great sponsors this year. We'll talk about them here in a few minutes, but one on, one out here in the top of the seventh inning for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
Let's take our hats off and tip it to this batter right now, Lance Cameron, who had by far the play of the season, not just the night. And I'm serious. If we can get some footage of that and send it to ESPN, that would be worthy of them taking a peek at it, because he's going to end up with scraped up shins, and we're going to have it just about a foot away from hitting us right into the noggin in the window in front of us. As Lance, that was just his way of saying thanks for a little extra pub.
Thanks for the love. You're welcome, Lance. You deserve it. 1
ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As he sends another BB back here. As there's 1 ball and 2 strikes right now. Levine's just throwing strikes. He's certain that by just throwing strikes, they will be able to get 3 outs before Standish can get 7 runs.
Well, the beautiful thing about this booth, Jeff, right next to our left is the 100.9 studios that we listen to for the Loons games and sports radio. Mike and Mike in the morning, the huge show in the afternoon. Lots of things going on over here at Dow Diamond.
I love that huge show.
So do I.
He's right on with a lot of stuff. And there is a swing and a miss. And out number 2 for the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers here in the top of the 7th inning. A little 69-mile-an-hour offering. Now the last chance. Andrew Worley.
Had a nice game tonight.
Third baseman. trying to keep things alive right now, and down 7 runs. They've got to come up with some instant hits and runs. Just outside on the first offering. Levine has pitched a gem tonight for Pinconning, only giving up 2 hits.
Yeah, he has done a nice job. I think that's older Levine on the mound now, isn't it? To younger Levine?
And that's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score in our ball game, the Pinconning area Spartans 8 and the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers 1. We're going to keep it right here and put the wraps on a game that two fine teams, Mike, next door neighbors. They split the doubleheader. I guess that's kind of appropriate with Standish doing it in style at the end of the first game.
Yeah, they had the straight steal on the end of the game. Game number 1, 3-2. The Panthers won that one, Jeff. And in the nightcap, the Pinconning area Spartans with a 7-run victory, 8-1 over the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers.
It has been a great night again. Hats off to the folks here at Dow Diamond for coming up with this concept to allow the high school teams to come in and play. What a great honor it is to play in conditions this nice. And I'll tell you, the conditions for the baseball fields in Bay County have really improved over the year. They've got some quality fields, but nothing like this with the expansive outfields and such.
Yeah, this is a beautiful facility, Jeff, and we have been. There's my favorite sieve, the old sieve shovel right there.
Ooh,
yeah,
Nick got that sieve shovel.
Piece of equipment that I was looking at the other night that's vital in keeping this field beautiful. But, you know, it's been a great honor for you and I to start our spring sports schedule here at Dow Diamond, to do back-to-back games here at Dow Diamond. Want to thank all the staff here at Dow Diamond for their hospitality. Thank the athletic director, Dwayne Van Driesch, and Mike View, the superintendent for the Pinconning area, for their support. Ben Welmers at Standish-Sterling, Darren Krachowski, the superintendent, Ben Welmers, the AD. Couldn't do without them, Jeff, and we appreciate all the things that they do for us behind the scenes, getting us rosters and things of that nature.
Well, Ben did a great job of getting us the Standish information today, and the Pinconning Area Booster Club for all their support this year and all the things that we've done. Now it's appropriate that you have picture time down in the field because this is a lasting memory.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, Jeff. These kids will never, ever forget their time here at Dow Diamond. It might not ever happen again. I hope it does for them, but it did happen this time. They got a win out of it, got the split. What a great honor and privilege for these young men to play in this beautiful ballpark.
Well, as always, it's an honor and a privilege to sit next to you, brother, and your expertise on all things sports. It's always just a treat to sit here and confab with you, my friend. And when you look at the rest of the crew, and we have got Nick Page, Jeff Hildebrandt, and Natalie Doan, we are truly blessed with a great group of people to work with.
We have a great behind-the-scenes team that not too many people see, Jeff, but they do a great job. They keep us going. They make us look good. They make us sound good. We couldn't do without them, and thanks to that team.
How about Deb Russell? I want to say hats off to her as well, too, celebrating 40 years of employment with Bay County. And I'm going to tell you what, that is the one person that knows all things Bay County. She does it all and knows it all and the connections and how to make it work. And that goes unnoticed by many, but certainly not by us.
Well, you know, when you told me about that, there's not too many people in the world that spends 40 years in one organization. So that is quite remarkable.
Well, I'm 39 at Covenant, so I'm
like
right.
I said,
I'm not a Deb Russell.
Like I said, that doesn't happen very often. But you know, when two people are going to do that, I'm sure you're going to be there next year.
I hope to be.
You got to put 2 kids through college yet, so you're not going anywhere for at least another 5 years.
At least that's my plan. If they'll have me.
It's a beautiful thing. Deb does a lot of stuff and doesn't want to be noticed a lot, but I think it's appropriate that we say congratulations.
Yes, indeed. Well, that about puts the wraps on tonight's game. It's been a ton of fun again, and both teams come away with a victory tonight. Both teams still stay atop their divisions in the Tri-Valley, as the Standish-Sterling Central Panthers are up top the Tri-Valley Central. Pinconning still above the Tri-City West, so Tri-Valley West, excuse me. So good luck to both teams on the rest of the season, and Again, what a great night for baseball here at Dow Diamond.
Yep, we'll see you soon.
Good night, everyone.